are blooming.
Wow.
Blooming, marvellous. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh.
I can't hide it anymore.
No, don't hide it. I think it's such a lovely... When are you due, roughly? How long you got to go?
February, not long.
Not long.
Oh, I know. I've been trying the twerking that I saw going on the weekend.
I know. Jake's
it's
twerking.
Good for the pelvic floor.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's a good top tip. Great night on Saturday. Yet again, a corking show. Highlights for you, Karen?
Oh, there were so many highlights. I think the highlights for me, though, is how the professionals are upping the choreography. We saw some phenomenal steps out there. And I just went, I love the professionals when they smell that final. And there's this run to the finish line. No one's going to give up now. And I just got to say to the celebrities, hang on for dear life, because you're going to be pushed beyond belief.
Let's go through our couples on Saturday. We're going to start with Caroline and Pasha. Incredible American smooth. And we can't mention it without talking about her slipping on her dress. Such an incredible save. I thought she was going to go back over the lamp for a moment there. I was really worried for her.
Yeah, if you saw the beginning, you see she was doing all the head flicks, so the weight was actually transitioning backwards. And what we can see here is it was a whoop. The weight was back, which meant the dress would have dropped down. She caught the heel and off over she went. But how was that recovery?
Incredible.
Oh, I have to perform. I've got 15 million people watching me. This number will carry on. And that's this aggression now that we've got, which is beautiful. You turn it in, you turn the aggression and adrenaline into energy, and you'll get a number like that. It's fantastic.
Well done, Caroline.
Yeah.
The scores ranged a little bit. Craig only gave her a 7. Some people crossed about that. Len and Bruno gave her 9s. I'm interested to know, what would you have scored, Caroline?
I don't normally give my marks away, do I? I would have fallen in the middle there, because if you look at all that choreography she's doing, she's gone from closed hold into underarm turns into scissor kicks. So we've had all this amazing choreography. So one thing I'm after from her now, I want her to calm a little bit more. She's got to look the master. She's got to look and feel like a champion. I don't want any more, Pasha's told me to turn, I've got to kick my legs, it can look a little bit, just calm, feel a champion, dance like a champion, and deliver all that very beautiful choreography that Pasha brings out every week.
It is. It's like that brush on. I am the master.
I am the master.
Is what she has to think. Pixie and Trent and their incredible Charleston, packed with choreography, jam-packed. Bruno said too much choreography is never enough. Now, would you agree?
I will tell you what I think about this.
Come on.
Too much choreography, if you don't have training time, can make you look like two individual people. Now, first of all, let me tell you, this was phenomenal. So we've got to look at this bit of choreography, because I don't think people will even appreciate how difficult this was. She's going to start kicking one way and then staying on that same foot. They create a circle. I want everyone to try that at home.
Yeah,
that is
tough.
very difficult to do. So what she's learning now is how upper bodies can do things, the lower legs can do different timings, and we can create these amazing shapes. But there was a lot of choreography content in there. And for me, they weren't quite gelled together. They were both just doing their own thing. Fantastic music, great number, great performance, great choreography. But if I'd have seen that a little bit in a couple of weeks' time, I would have gone, hang on a second, just needs to calm down a bit and time it together. The more choreography you put in, the more training time you need.
Okay.
And that's essential. But if they'd had a little bit more time on that,
it would have been
big tens.
up there. Mark and Karen and their tango. We saw very strong, serious Mark out on the dance floor. All the judges loved it. There was a little comment about Mark tiring a little bit in the second half. Is it hard to conserve your energy through an intense dance?
Someone like Mark, no, he's fit, he's hot, he's training at a high level. And listen, this is Superman without a rope. Watch this move. Look at this. We're going to run. Oh, look, Superman without a rope this time. To do that at the very end of the dance, you must have a lot of energy. He could have just jumped down straight across it. He didn't. That elevation told me there's still a lot of power in his legs, and first class. Second thing we picked up on here is his commitment. Look at the top line, look at the body contact that he's got, and his assertiveness. It wasn't all bells and whistles and tricks. This was a beautiful first-class tango, which is going to go in his favour now. I want a little bit more, I think, for him now. A few more dynamics and a little bit like that ending, a bit more wow factor, and he's got the techniques to support it.
Looking at that there, can you see Mark in the final?
Oh, you know, you're going to cause me some pressure. I would definitely like to see a man in the final.
Oh, that's not giving us an answer.
I should be in politics.
OK. Frankie and Kevin and their Viennese waltz. Top joint at the leaderboard
Yes.
with Jake and Jeanette. Len said lots of detail in there, even a fleckle. Did she do him proud with that fleckle?
Right, now, bearing in mind we're leading up to the final,
Yeah.
OK? And what I'm talking about, there's more that we can get out of these celebrities because I wouldn't give the 10s away straight away. Technically, if we have a look at this, she's absolutely beautiful, but she's not involved with the dance. There's no personality. The performance is, all right, I'm going to turn him under the arm and I'm just going to keep a smile. Something like a Viennese waltz, we don't have a lot of choreography. We have a limited choreography of what we can do. This was a chance for Frankie to really show her character because dance is about performing and connecting with the audience. And I'd really like to see her now going, "Whoa, I'm turning and Kevin and I'm part of this song, I'm part of this dance." You know, I'm paying money to see her perform and I want to connect with it. And I just felt with this.
Who are you paying money to?
We too. Well,
oh, yes,
just say,
yeah, I know. I'm not getting
man.
it. Okay.
I know. But if I'm watching dance, I'm old school.
Yeah.
It's about performance.
So you just want a little bit more...
I want a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more showbiz, and that number would have been another show-stopping because she's got all the technique. But I want to know who is Frankie. I want to see her personality, and I want to see her come alive a bit more. That was a bit...
OK, there's a feature for this week. Who is Frankie Bridge? We will find out. OK, let's talk Jake and Jeanette and their samba. His performance was incredible. People went gaga for his twerking. Have we ever seen twerking on Strictly before? Do you approve, Karen Hardy?
Do I approve?
Yeah.
Listen, we always love a first on Strictly. Right time, right place, a little bit of edginess, a little bit of naughtiness. I'll turn a blind eye.
Good.
We like that.
He came in for a little bit of criticism, his performance, but still ended up joint top of the leaderboard, up there with Frankie and Kevin. I love watching this. Tell me more stuff.
Right, now this goes from the sublime to the ridiculous, from Frankie to Jake here, where all the hips, all the razzmatazz, not as technically strong as Frankie, but he brings a show. He brings, you know, we always say in our business, no champion is ever a technical perfectionist. And I would beat myself up afterwards and I retired and I look back over my videos, go, my feet were terrible, this, that and the other. But you've got to bring performance. And if you look at the two, and that's where I think the marks were, for different reasons, those marks were high. He brought us a show once again. You would want to see that time and time again. And I just think he had the hips going, which we know sell the assets.
Just a little
sell
bit.
the assets. He had that going, and the relationship again with these two. That's that chemistry that we're on about. It's
good.
Fantastic.
Nice work. Sinatra and Brendan and their waltz. Now, they ended up in the dance-off second week running, which must get to you, as I think. What are they doing wrong, if anything? What do you want to see more from Sinatra? How can she avoid being in the bottom two again?
I think even just talking about the word chemistry, I think here is where, you know, these two, I would just love to see them just grab each other and go, yes, we did it, or that was a disaster. Something. You see, because she is beautiful at what she does. I mean, these rondes that we've got here, she's done a back ronde, she does a forward ronde, she goes into the pivots, and once we get into the pivots, if you see, the shoulders start rising. Now, if you had performance on top of that, if you had energy, if you had a chemistry, and you could almost say, was there a mistake there? Were her shoulders up? You could look through it. But it's so clean and glamorous and beautiful. It just needs to be a little bit more daring, a little bit more dangerous. And that woman, that I remember when she came out and did that cha-cha.
Yeah.
She had all that fringe going. She had everything happening for her. And I think, I don't want them to take it so serious. Just be out there as a team.
OK, maybe they should go out for a couple of drinks, go to go dancing one night, because they've got so much time.
Now, talking about dancing, I should really show, because Len brought up the word ronde.
OK, you're going to show us what a ronde is.
Just very quickly.
A little demonstration.
We're going to do these.
As she takes to the floor.
There we go, look, the audience is here. A ronde is when you stand on one foot and you draw a circle with your other foot. So it's very
simple
very simple.
As that.
It's stand on one and ronde. Now, she did a forward ronde. Oh, did you feel the wobble?
I did. That's the flooring.
We'll do that again.
Do one again.
A forward forward ronde, we can have back rondes, and they create an energy. And she had some hard work in there.
Nice verse, Electra. Okay.
Thank you.
Simon and Christina and their salsa, which left the place sizzling. Bruno was beside himself. Darcy said, however, that sometimes he gets a bit too overexcited. Now, what did
you
think
see,
of
we're
that?
going like this, aren't we, between these couples. Now, what we've picked up on here, she talked about the leg size being too big and outside. This is enthusiasm. Look, he's gone right outside his body. We can do it, but really a great salsa, we keep everything under the body. And you've got to imagine a nightclub packed full of people and you're getting down with the person that's in front of you.
I'm always like
you
that.
wouldn't want to start looking like you're riding a horse. That's what you don't want to do. But it comes from enthusiasm and energy. This is what I'm saying. The pressure is on the professionals. They've upped the choreography this week. They can all see the couples that are left. It's going to be a fight. We won't know who's going to go every week. So this would have been potentially Christina going, come on, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. And he's gone, right, I'm going to do it. And everything got it just a little bit too big. Doesn't worry me because, again, that's the energy, but just take care. Use the technique to help you move.
We have all been told. Karen, thank you, my darling. Always have. On tomorrow's show, we have former pros and Strictly favourites Erin and Kath.